Hello, 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 and welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today we are going to be having a play with the Cottage Rose stamp set. This is a bundle, however, we're not going to be using the dies today. We're just going to be playing with this stamp set, and I'm pairing it with stitched rectangle dies. And this is going to be a fun fold card. You'll notice here that I have sloppily, say that fast twice, sloppily stamped and cut out a couple of the images on masking paper because we're going to be doing a bit of masking. So I have a piece of basic white cardstock that we're going to be doing our stamping on. So I am going to get this set up in the Stamparatus, and then we are going to grab our big rose, and I'm going to place that somewhere about there. We're going to pick that up and ink it up with Memento black ink. And we'll give that a good press. And we are going to ink it again. Once again, give that a good press. Beautiful. Now I'm going to remove that stamp, and I'm going to bring in this mask, and we are going to put that right over the top. Like so. I just want to be sure that I don't get any ink when I stamp these leaves on the flower. So hopefully I will be able to achieve that. Same thing, Memento black ink, stamping it down. And I'm going to re-ink that one as well. All right, now we are going to clean this stamp, and then we're going to move it over just a titch. Let me dry that off a little bit. Now, where's my second mask? There it is. Now, this was a very rough mask here because I just want to be careful around those leaves that I don't stamp twice on them. So I'm just gonna pop that in place, and that's going to allow me to be able to stamp something like that. Ink it up. Give it a press, ink it up again, and another press. All right, we'll take that off and close up our ink. Now I'm going to bring this up closer to the camera. You see where these leaves overlap? If I hadn't have put the mask on here, it would have overlapped. But when I peel this mask off, it looks like one's in behind the other. Cool, eh? And the same thing with this flower. I would have had the base of the leaves on the flower, but by masking it, now they are in behind the flower. So we will just put those masks there because I'm going to put those in the stamp case after the video. Oh, while we're here, let us stamp our greeting, seeing as we're here and in the business. I am going to just stick best wishes on this card, and that way it can be used for a variety of occasions. There we go. All right, so we have our stamping all done. Now we have a bit of die cutting to do. So I think I'm going to color my image prior to die cutting. And I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to color after, because the stitches going around the outside are going to be not filled in properly. So I'm going to use pale papaya on this flower, and I am going to use the other end. I'm going to use the pale papaya dark, and I'm just going to fill in where the artist has the lines on the stamped image. And this is just going to be extremely quick and dirty. No fanciness happening here whatsoever, because frankly it's not needed. This flower is gorgeous on its own. The artist has done all the work for us, showing us where the darker areas would be. Now I am going to quickly go in and add some color with the light pale papaya. And yes, I'm leaving some white spaces intentionally. All right, that's my rose. Now for my, let's have a look at my DSP. I am going to use garden green. Oh, we don't have a garden green blend. All right, I am going to use dark, soft succulent. Oops, wrong end. Do the same thing. Just quick and dirty, just fill in those darker areas. Forgot this guy up here. Now I'm going to grab the light soft succulent and do the same thing. Just quickly blend and add some color on there, not being too
fussy about filling it all in. I'm intentionally leaving some white because I just had an idea and I'm going to try something, and no, I don't know if it's going to work. So I know that we can't mix our Stampin' Right markers and our alcohol markers, but I want to get a little bit of garden green into this because that's what's in the paper. So I'm going to bring in a garden green, if I can find it. Oh, what's this one? Nope. These are not Stampin', all Stampin' Up, just a couple. I grabbed the wrong one. There it is, right there. I'm going to see if I can add just some hints of garden green in here, just so I can pull a little bit of it in. I think that's okay. Now, in the paper there is also fresh freesia. So if I could find, I'm just going to dot a little bit of color on these flowers here. And that's just exactly what I'm doing, is just dotting on them so they get the hint of that color. All right, I'm going to grab my color lifter. Nope. I'm going to grab Pale Fruit Pink. This is a Copic, but it's an alcohol marker, and I'm just going to blend over all of those leaves, just so that watercolor pencil blends out a little bit and it's not so heavy, I guess. So we'll just clean that off so there's no green transfer. And there we have our image. Now we can die cut. I'm going to grab my machine and we will pop the stitched rectangle on here. And yes, we're going to cut a bit off, but that's okay. And when you're using, oops, I dropped my greeting on the floor. When you're using rectangular dies, make sure that you offset them so they're not hitting straight on, that this corner is going to hit first and it'll be a much smoother transition. There we go. All right. Take those off and get this machine, oh, it's stuck. There we go. Get this machine out of the way. All right. Here are our die cut pieces. And look how pretty that is with those stitched edges on there. Nice, eh? All right, this is garbage. Now we get to put our card together. So, for the inside of our card, I have a piece of basic white. And we're just going to layer that on there, like so. Then we're going to burnish that fold. And next I have a piece of DSP, and you see where the colors are coming from in this paper. And this has been accordion folded, and I am going to attach this to the front of the card. And this is just going to be centered on the front panel. Like so. This card looks to be a little long, and it is. All right, let's see what kind of damage I can do. I need to take a sliver off of each end. Let's see if I'm making it worse or better. We'll see. All right, that looks better to me. Now, we'll just give these scores another fold. So this will open up like this. But there's also a secret place back here. Cool, eh? So this piece we are going to put in here. So there's another place to write your greeting. This showcases both sides of the DSP. Now I have the Pale Papaya Shimmer Vellum, and we are going to put this beautiful focal image on here, and I'm going to use Tombow. And that just fits nicely in against that stitched area if you put it straight. Let's try that again. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so we have that, and this is going to attach in the center here, but just to this panel. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get some tear and tape, and if I can find it, I'm going to get some. There it is. We are going to put a couple of strips down here. I'm just going to use this as a guideline. So we'll put a strip there, and we'll put a strip there. Get that bone folder in here and give that a really good burnish. You know, I have room for 3 strips on here. I'm going to do it because that image is going to be getting a lot of wear and tear. There we go. Take your pick tool to remove the backing strips. Like so. Then we will pop this image on here. Like so. Now, I'm trying to put it in the parameters here. There we go. All right, the only thing we have left is our best wishes. And we should put that on with some dimensionals. And I'm just going to put that on here crooked on purpose. Oops, would help if I took the paper backings off. Crooked on purpose, like so. And I think basic rhinestones are all we're going to need for this baby. We will just put a few here and there to add a little bit of zazazoo. And there we have our card. And when you open it up, it opens like this, but it also opens like this. So this says best wishes. In here you could say have a super happy birthday, and then in here you could write your message. So that is our fun fold, accordion fold, and I think it's beautiful. And that's featuring the Cottage Rose stamp set only and the stitched rectangle dies. All right, that is it for our card today. I hope that you will be back with me again soon. I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. Bye-bye for now.